strange in a way because normally when you receive awards, it's for a project that's finished, and we're still very much in the middle of the Hamlet project, touring to every country in the world. But it's already been a sort of amazing journey and amazing achievement to visit 80 countries with a single show. So yeah, we're in the middle of it, but it's great to be recognised. It started in April on Shakespeare's birthday, and we got a boat. We sailed on a boat to do a kind of set piece journey at the beginning. We sailed on a boat from the Thames out to Amsterdam for our first show. Then there've been so many incredible moments. We went to Ukraine in May when Ukraine was at a pretty low ebb, and we played in an old Arsenal building in Kiev, and it was the night before the general election, and all the sort of great and good of Ukrainian society, the guy who won the election the next day, and Klitschko, the boxer who won the Kiev mayoral election, they all came to the show, and everyone said, thanks so much for being here, because no one else is touring here at all, because it's on the news too much, and so it was great to be out there. We played a show in Somaliland, in Hargeisa in Somaliland. They told the director Dominic that there hadn't been a show there for 23 years, any kind of theatre show there for 23 years. So it's great to be playing those places. It's massively important to us to kind of keep reaching out and engaging with the wider world, both by touring but also by bringing international work into London. Since before the festival that we did in 2012, we've been very keen to bring in the best Shakespeare work, no matter what language it's in, just to kind of set up a dialogue really between different artists, actors, theatre directors, and just say, what can we learn from each other? We learn so much by going and talking to people when we're touring. And we learn so much from the companies that come into the Globe and do Shakespeare in different languages. It's something we really want to keep doing. It's a sort of personal passion of mine to keep London theatre kind of international and looking outwards rather than looking inwards on itself too much. So it's really, really, in a way, it's at the centre of what we do. The Globe is a kind of London theatre, but it was set up by an American sound maker. It was built by Theo Crosby, who's South African. So, there's always been a kind of international element to the Globe. And indeed, London in 1599, when the first Globe was built, would have been, right by the Thames there, would have been quite an international place with ships arriving from all over the world all the time. So there is a kind of continuum there. We have a new artistic director coming in. That's the big change, if you like. So that person will be appointed this year. Won't start until April 2016 when Dominic leaves. So that's the sort of big change happening this year. We are doing more work than ever this year. Of course, we are working sort of a full pelt in our Sound Maker Playhouse, which is just been so great to have that second space. It's a really special space. And then through the Globe season, which starts with Merchant of Venice on the 23rd of April, doing a number of Shakespeare productions, new plays as ever, and also touring the UK and Europe and the world with Hamlet. So all sorts of things going on. And films, we make films of everything and do that too. So it's always really busy. London theatre has to keep reacting to the outside world. It's really important to me that I think London theatre has a slight danger of slipping into being kind of about Londoners, for Londoners, and a bit of a bubble, and that's fine sometimes. But it's important to me that it keeps engaging. Whether or not you're working with artists from around the world, it keeps engaging with issues from outside the city. It's an incredible locus of artistic talent here, and I hope that it keeps sort of looking out and engaging with what's going on in the wider world. The world's a slightly odd and unstable place at the start of 2015, so I hope that theatre makers sort of keep responding to that.